Chapter 6, The Man Who Made Laughter of a Profitable Business. Before you read, in life, we meet people who make us laugh at their jokes. These people always seem to be smiling and laughing. We get so carried away by their exterior happiness that we do not take the effort to find out what lies behind those smiles. Read on about one such man named Charles Spencer Chaplin. Charles Spencer Chaplin, one of the biggest icons of the silent film era, was born in London on April 16, 1889. He was born to a mother who struggled to make ends meet. Chaplin's father abandoned the family after his birth. He grew up with his elder half-brother, Sidney, and his mother, a vaudevillian, a music hall singer who went by the stage name Lily Harley. Chaplin went from rags to riches after singing up with the S&A company and hiring his brother Sidney as his business manager. Early life. Hannah Chaplin, Lily Harley, first introduced her second-born to spotlight in a stage performance when Charlie was just 5. Hannah lost her voice during the performance and his prompt the manager to push a young Chaplin to woo the audience. The manager had heard the boy sing before and decided to replace Hannah during that performance. The young boy wooed an audience with his natural wit. He even imitated his mother's cracking voice to give a comedic angle to his performance. But this episode meant the end of Hannah's career. Her singing voice never returned, and she eventually ran out of money. Charlie and Sidney had to make a new, temporary home for themselves in London's tough workhouses. Career. Inspired by his mother's love for stage, Chaplin decided to enter the show business. He used his mother's contacts and in 1897 landed a role in the clog dancing troupe called the Lancashire Lads. It was a short stint and not a terribly profitable one, forcing the go-getter Chaplin to make ends meet any way he could. In one of his early interviews, Chaplin remarked, "I was a news vendor, printer, toy maker, doctor's boy, etc. But during these occupational digressions, I never lost sight of my ultimate aim to become an actor. So, between jobs, I would polish my shoes, brush my clothes, put on a clean collar and make periodic calls at a theatrical agency. Eventually, the opportunities Chaplin desired did present themselves, and being the man who believed in striking while the iron is hot, he grabbed it with both hands. He made his acting debut as a page boy in the rendition of Sherlock Holmes. In 1914, Chaplin made his film debut in a somewhat forgettable one-reeler called Make a Living. To differentiate himself from the other actors in Senate films, Chaplin decided to play a single identifiable character, and The Little Tramp was born. Chaplin appeared in 35 movies and later moved to the Mutual Company when he was 26. He was paid over $670,000 per year. This had made him a wealthy man, but it didn't distract him from his passion for the art. His strict work ethics made him a perfectionist. This was evident in his constant experimentation with several takes. There have been countless instances where he asked for rebuilding an entire set and sometimes even recasting his performers and starting the filming again with someone new. But all those reshoots and Chaplin's tendency to go to the extra mile paid off as his career progressed. In the 1920s, He made films like The Kid, 1921, The Pilgrim, 1923, A Woman in Paris, 1923, The Gold Rush, 1925, a film Chaplin would later say he wanted to be remarked by, The Circus, 1928. The last three films were released by United Artists, a production house founded by Chaplin along with the Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford and D.W. Griffith. Life off screen. Chaplin was married to Anna O'Neill, the daughter of the famous playwright Eugenie O'Neill. They had 8 children. In 1972, Chaplin was given an honorary Academy Award. This happened shortly after his final film, A Countess from Hong Kong, 1967, which was his first and only color film. Despite a stellar cast, a film couldn't perform at the box office. He passed away in 1977. What happened days after his passing was something straight out of his films. Chaplin's body was stolen from his grave and the kidnappers demanded a ransom of $4 lakh. The criminals were later caught and his body was recovered after 11 weeks. State whether tick the option. Daddy fell into the pond. Before you read, everyone loves a good laugh as laughter has the power to take away our miseries and give us a much appreciated break from the day-to-day drudgery. Have you ever experienced a moment that provided instant humor and helped break boredom, or when things were just going at their normal pace, some sudden humorous incident had everyone in splits? Discuss in class. Everyone grumbled. The sky was grey. We had nothing to do and nothing to say. We were nearing the end of a dismal day, and there seemed to be nothing beyond. Then Daddy fell into the pond, and everyone's face grew merry and bright. And Timothy danced for sheer delight. Give me the camera, quick, oh quick. He's crawling out the duckweed. Click. Then the gardener suddenly slapped his knee and doubled up, shaking silently. And the ducks all quacked as if they were daft. And it sounded as if the old drake laughed. Oh, there wasn't a thing that didn't respond when Daddy fell into the pond. Summary. The setting of the poem is a mundane normal day. The family members were feeling bored as there was nothing to do or talk about when suddenly the father Daddy fell into the pond. What that happened? All the family members at once became attentive and their faces lit up with joy and laughter. There was a flare of excitement and joy around the pond. The dog, Timothy, was dancing around at this sight, while the children were quick to get a hold of the camera to capture the moment when the father climbed out of the pond. The sight of the father stepping out of the pond made the gardener double up in silent laughter. Then the ducks started quacking. It sounded as if the old drake was also laughing. Everyone responded to Daddy falling into the pond with laughter. There was not even a single thing which didn't respond with mirth.